There it is. There it is. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dial H for HeroClix Sunday live show. I'm your host, Calder Ness. Joining me, like always, is Simeon Bruce and Ian Eggleston.
Hello, hello. It's Sunday.
It
That means
is.
a live show.
It does indeed. So, guys, we had some topics of discussion for the live show tonight. It'll be a pretty casual live show. It'll be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. Woo! We got Dano, the main man.
Okay,
All right.
The Lobo.
Pretty good?
Dano.
Looking pretty good. Sounding pretty good.
I think so. Yeah.
Sounded good when I had it.
I think we're better quality than last time.
There we go. I think the quality's
It's
improving.
real.
It's real. Oh, Brainiac Lex Luthor check. Brainiac
Yeah,
Lex
everyone
Luthor
get your
check.
Brainiac Lex Luthor check.
Get your
going.
Brainiac Lex Luthor out, everybody.
Oh,
Brainiac
did you guys
Lex
eat
Luthor.
it? Did you know?
Did he, I could. Simeon, you could use another one. I know I could use another one.
I got
Ian, Simeon, you
enough,
could use.
yeah.
You could use 3, Simeon.
Do you guys?
I'll just do 3.
Hang on. You know, I got 2 hands.
I think. Whoa.
Whoa.
I think. Oh. We only have. Oh.
What is happening?
Oh.
Oh my
no.
gosh!
Oh no.
These things are
More.
falling out of
More.
our ears, guys.
Got
Ah.
more brainiacs
Yeah.
than you know what to handle.
60 of these bad boys. 60. Don't believe me?
6.
Give me just 1 second.
Oh,
here.
Ian. Yeah. Here's merely one row.
Here's the power of WizKids right here, guys. They sponsored the IPF. They sent us 60 of these bad boys. Here is what, 10?
That's 10. That is
This
1/6.
is 10 Brainiac Lex Luthors.
Yep.
Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful, guys? So, if you would like... We don't care. We've got 50 more. If you guys want to host your own IPF tournament, please get in contact with us. We're happy to send some of these your way free of charge. All we ask is that you donate to the IPF, whether that be via participation entry or just a bulk donation. You let us know what you want to do, but we got plenty of these, so please let us know.
Need practice juggling.
And we'll probably be handing some of these out during the online tournament, which is next week, Saturday.
Yeah, I'm excited. You guys excited?
Next Saturday, yeah.
I am excited. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how Spider-Man will shake things up. I'm expecting to see a lot of the 2x2
Is this
carnage.
where we'll be?
I think this is
This
the.
like spot. Is this where we'll be Saturday?
It certainly might be.
Maybe, yeah.
Like a part of it.
It might be. Yeah, this is gonna be like the first major like 300 modern tournament since Spider-Man Beyond Amazing came out, or at least.
Oh, what the heck?
Well,
That was horrible.
You got something in your head.
is there something on my hat? Oh.
God.
Oh, good evening,
Goodness
Jeff
gracious.
Bozeman, Tristan.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
they
evening,
just
everybody.
keep coming. If you want to host an IPF tournament, please let us know. But guys, we have some topics to get into
Ooh,
tonight.
topics. Fun.
Fun stuff.
All not HeroClix related, I assume.
Yeah, none of them.
None of them
We'll
being
be giving our opinion on the current state of the NBA tonight.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
It's March Madness.
As they move
over.
into the Final Four.
That's college.
Okay.
Anyway,
The baseball.
yeah.
That was a pretty
World
good try.
baseball, right?
That's a pretty
the
good
thing.
try.
That's
That's in,
Yeah,
it's
World
here, that's
Baseball's
here in
happening.
Omaha.
Yeah, okay.
World
That's,
Baseball.
yeah.
no, like I think
I know sport.
the U.S. just played Japan. Like
That's like
I think
gonna
that
be
was
the
like a
final
couple days
or
ago.
something. I don't know.
Wow.
There's
Can we talk-
there's
can we-
3 teams that you want to pay attention to,
Yeah,
and those are 2
guys. International
talk about
baseball is what
HeroClix?
we're here for. So
No, baseball.
now we're going to talk about sports
Baseball.
betting.
Oh, jeez.
I think before we get into it, guys, we had our local play today
We
at our
did.
venue. It was 500 golden. Do you guys want to go over what you played?
Sure. Simeon, you want to start? We'll just move down the line.
Yeah, so 500 golden. I didn't really know what to build with, but I decided at the last second to just do WWE. WWE leads
go
me
wrong.
to playing Witch Queen LeFay because she can then copy Nimble and Slingshot, which I forgot Slingshot. That's like where you do knockback and you get to choose the direction. I completely forgot. And you get to make a free attack. So she could actually, something I never did today because I forgot about it, is you can sidestep, Nimble, charge, which gives her a stupid amount of range. I think it's like 8 squares just on that. No, it's 9. 9 square reach just with that. Then you can flurry, where she's a 12 for 4, and then slingshot them next to her again for an additional
Gosh.
3rd attack.
Jeez.
I forgot about that until just now, but that is like the combo that I used to do with that team. So it was Asuka at 40 points. No shocker there. There was Eddie Guerrero at whatever his point value is. Shawn Michaels at 75. I wanted to put the Blood Axe on Eddie, but I couldn't find it, so I put the Soul Gem, and then he proceeded to not hit a single attack like the entire day. So that was something. And then I tried out Macho Man for the first time.
Oh, wow.
He
What'd you think?
almost got an attack off.
Oh,
Like,
man.
He actually, no, he did get knocked down to Flurry, got a couple attacks off with Flurry. He's an 11-4 top dial, which isn't bad.
I like him a lot.
But, yeah, it was kind of just like, I don't want, like, you already have to explain WWE rules to people that already are good and play the game
Oh, yeah.
often.
I don't know them.
Yeah, so, like, playing against people that are getting used to the new rules, it probably wasn't the best bet, but it was still a fun team. I had a lot of fun running it. Grand entrance on small maps is just hilarious, seeing, like, how far you can reach. It's kind of
That is
wild.
awesome.
You basically leave Shawn Michaels in your starting area, so he just doesn't grand entrance anymore, because you can put him up there and give him like a 20 for close and they can't shoot him. But on the other hand, you're not doing anything with him for like 2 turns at least. So
tune-up band.
yeah, so it was a fun team. I went 0-3 with it. So
Oh, nice.
It was not a good team, but it was fun.
Very cool. I liked it, though.
Yeah.
What I ran Marvel Zombies. As soon as they said it was Golden Age, we don't have the exact team base, 'cause I kind of put them back to where they used to be. But I did play the Marvel Zombie team base. 500 points. You're thinking, wow, Calder, you played the 400-point Marvel Zombie team base. On contraire, I played a 200-point Marvel Zombie team base. And then I wasted 245 points in my build on the original 4 Supernova Zombies to finally, for the first time ever, play those chases that I have spent so long to collect.
Hey, we played Colonel America in our
Oh, we did
Halloween
play Colonel America.
special.
We did play
Yeah.
Colonel America in that
We
one.
played all of them.
I guess we did play all of
Did
them.
we
We
play
did. We
all?
did
Oh, that's
play
right.
all of them.
That was
yeah.
like the weird stipulation.
That was
We
the
had
weird
fun
rule.
rules with
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. So I played them, and then because it wasn't complicated enough for new players to try to learn how the virus and food mechanic work, and then also how
Oh, yeah,
team
real
bases
simple
work, I made sure to play the White Lantern resource dial. So that way, when the normal zombies died, I was using it to give the constructs to the chase zombies, or the supernova zombies. That way, when they died, they would also just go right back to their last click, just like the other zombies when they
gosh.
die. So it was really cool.
Live.
I finally gave Spider-Man 10 range, so he can use his energy explosion, which he never did once in any game, which really bothered me, because
what
that
you
was the
needed to
whole
do.
point, was to
Very
give him running shot energy explosion, but no. And then Colonel America with the crossbow. He's an 11 for 4, shooting people. Pow, pow.
That's broken.
I gave the Hulk, what's it called? The Cloak of Levitation, so he had sidestep, plasticity, flight.
Wow.
And then I also gave him Close Combat Expert with the boxing glove. So Hulk was only a 10 for 4 top dial, but there's a middle point in his dial where he's an 11 for 4 naturally with
like
flurry.
a 12 defense.
With like, yeah, he's got like 14 or 12 defense with invuln. And he was 12 for 5 flurrying when people would knock him down to that clip, which is really nasty. But I thought it was like just a garbage team, because like the team base at 200 only has like 11 clicks life. You can't pop out anybody at full. They go like to their last 3 clicks of life on everybody.
Easy points to score.
Really easy points.
Yeah.
Not
Easy
I won.
pickings.
Yeah, it should have been easy pickings, but for some people, no, not so much. The team base even got some kills off, and I was like,
dang.
I don't think I've ever turned someone into a zombie with the team base. What am I even supposed to do there? And it was something weird and wacky because it doesn't have the normal rules. So it actually worked out really well. I got to play my zombie chases. I finally did something different. Last game I decided not to just pop off Super Scroll, and so instead I popped off Sabretooth and Venom, and they just wrecked house. They did great. They did a great job.
Venom's bad.
That Venom is bad. He killed Baron
Not that
Zemo.
anything you've described has been particularly
No,
good.
nothing is good. That Venom, though, he was also the first zombie we ever saw. In case you didn't know, he was the first one
I do
Scott Porter
remember that.
unboxed. But he has 5 range, 2 targets
Wow.
for tendrils or
Get
something.
this man the pumpkin bombs.
Dude, it was so
Where's this
funny.
man's pumpkin bombs?
So like, yeah, he had someone had Baron Zemo up on a ledge, and he was like, "Wait, you get a food and virus token even if it's a range attack?" And I'm like, "It doesn't make sense, but yes, I do." Yup, poison,
COVID.
mystics, whatever,
Took to the air.
it'll do it. So I won 2 games, I lost 1 game. I lost to a team that was even more expensive than mine, so I felt good that I beat teams that were less like dollar value,
It's
but
all
I
it's
lost
all
to
about
the new
Benjamins,
hotness. Yeah,
baby.
Ian, what'd you play?
I wanted to run some symbiote stuff with the Carnage going away to the IPF next weekend. I was like, I better play him one time. And so I played the Colossal Carnage at 125, who, it's not like the 10-point craziness, but the trait is still very good. I played the Common Venom at 50, Carnage, Thor at 50, the Prime Spider-Man, who's seriously favorite figure in the set. This Prime Spider-Man is such a beast. He had the Black Symbiote equipped, Venom Doctor Strange, and Venom Rogue. And I think that was everything. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And I ended up going 3-0 on the day. The first game was pretty rough for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
I mean, it was fine. It was the first kill I got also killed my Oscar, so I killed Venom Strange.
Oh.
Yeah.
To get Oscar rolling, I was like, I'll get this easy kill. And he was like, one
And then he
Mystics.
died to
and I was
Mystics.
like, oh, yep, that's
That's
all
good
right.
stuff. But second game, I mean, gosh, it was over almost immediately. He came in with his Super Rare Spider-Man, crit missed. He probbed it and then he crit missed, so that was like his last roll. I was like, okay. I went in on like a crazy attack with my Venom on his Iron Spider, who had I think he had like a 19 or 20 defense, and I crit him with an object, so it was just like 6 pen. Missed his shape change, missed his super senses.
Wow.
Or he didn't get to roll super senses, but
Yeah.
so second game was like, okay. And then the third game, I played a team that was like all of the Carnage chases and the
Okay,
Super Rare
yeah.
Carnage.
Oh.
And I think we broke a world record for like most rollouts rolled in a single game. Like,
Who's running that?
Uh,
All the new ones?
yeah, all the new ones.
Wow.
One of these chases, yeah.
It was pretty brutal.
That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, his Carnage Surfer was full, and he just came up and like two-shot me. It was just like 10 damage off the rip. It's like, okay. But Prime Spider-Man was able to just like continually like get to where he needed to be. Like his reach is insane with the wall crawler, sidestep, and then charge flurry. He gets wherever he needs to be. And we were on a map with like the new one with like the
Construction
bunch of
zone.
elevated
Yeah,
construction
with all
zone.
the elevators in the middle.
Sites.
So Prime Spider-Man, like all day, was literally like, I'll go wherever I want. I'll mess him up, and then I'll heal. It's like subconscious crime fighting. Like my second game, I don't think I rested him one time because he was just killing
Oh, that's
something.
awesome. Oh my gosh.
It was so cool. So he was like easily the MVP. The Colossal Carnage at 125 was really fun, but to be honest, he missed probably like 80% of his attacks.
I think the best part about him at 125 is, I mean, you get it at 10 points too, but like the willpower roll, where you can like free retail and then punch
And willpower.
and probably like remove a token every turn. So
He's doing something most turns. It'd just be nice if I could hit. And
Yeah.
like, with the the retail ability, how he can heal on the blades, and he can heal past the starting line. Never got that once. Every retail he missed today, so that was like a huge bummer. But I mean, it was still really fun. Venom Rogue too. Like I hadn't played that figure in forever. She's so fun. Like just being able to base somebody, steal a power. There's like taking people's shape, changing prob all day. That's pretty much what I did.
I think
It's
something
a lot
I
of fun.
still haven't gotten used to is like expecting knockback damage. Like playing figures without reducers, like from Wonder Woman on, playing figures without reducers just made plenty of sense because it's like if you don't hit me, it's like no big deal, and then most figures die from like 1 or 2 hits anyhow.
And poison's not like
But
that.
but
So,
like
like,
knockback
negative.
damage is like wild. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna quake your whole team. Well, not your whole team, but I'm gonna quake like these 2 guys for 2, and then knock them both back into walls. So you're actually taking.
And it's
3.
always 3 squares too, like which is
no matter what,
Yeah.
baby.
blasting people off elevated. That's not like Carnage Thor today. Like holy crap, that figure. Like I'm not gonna say he's like a meta standout piece, but Carnage Thor, like Prime Spider-Man goes in, kills something. Now his Pulse Wave deals 2. He heals up 1.
That's right.
So he's a running shot Pulse Wave for 2. Like it's really, really brutal. Like in all my games that came up, and
Do
it
you
was just
consider
like
putting him with the shock gauntlets for like force blast?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I didn't have the points.
It's kinda fun.
For equipment this time around, but like also like Codex and Symbiote. I wasn't even playing a theme. I had all Venom and Carnage people, but
So
Codex Symbiote
sad.
says like no. It's
It's
like
at least
whatever.
a monster, right?
People are like that's not a theme. I'm like it isn't.
It's not monster?
It might have been. Shoot. No, I don't think Prime Spider-Man's a
I was
monster.
gonna say. I think Spider-Man,
yeah, he would probably.
See, I feel like I
be.
checked for that. But yeah,
Dang.
Carnage.
Shit, bummer.
and then also Super Rare Carnage just got like absolutely eviscerated. Like
Really?
yeah,
Dang.
I think he maybe hit 1 attack too.
That's
So
so
it was
sad.
Prime Spidey all day, baby. So yeah, today was
Right on.
fun. It's a good time.
Today was fun.
It's
Yeah,
fun to
playing
play
some
new
stuff you never
new
played
stuff.
before. Yeah, trying it out.
New
Like,
hotness.
not
Or
300.
super
every now and
old
then.
stuff. Oh, dude, I love it. Everybody's like, how many clicks does it have? You can't ask me that question. You can look at their card though. That's
Why
in
don't
the
you
rules.
flip the card over?
Yeah, why don't you flip the card over, buddy? Yeah, it was so awesome. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing about Golden Age, dude.
I was gonna say,
I
yeah,
love it.
Hidden information.
Superior
Yeah.
foes, right? Like
Yeah.
anything pre-superior foes. They're like, how many clicks you got left? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're not allowed to click the dial.
Yeah.
So that's just privy
Technically,
information.
you're really not allowed to ask that question. You're allowed to look at the card.
That's true.
I'm choosing to take offense to it.
Yeah.
How many of you disqualified your opponent because they didn't correctly greet you?
Oh, man, I should have.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
so right.
That's so
Should've.
technically
That's in
Ian
the rules
wiped
now.
my team, but he didn't greet me, so he was disqualified
I-
as,
you
didn't
as the
greet him?
venue judge.
We all greeted Simeon. He walked in.
Yeah, we were
10
like,
minutes later, we were
hey,
like,
there he is!
"Whoa!" Come on.
It's
dude.
true,
It was basically your birthday.
I'm like a
was
celebrity
like-
when I walk in that place. I'm like,
yeah.
that's right.
And then he
All right,
pulled
fine.
his
pseudo judge is here.
third vulture, and we were like, "Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh my god!"
Out of a Batman team up booster. I was like, I just need
Oh
like
my
some new
gosh.
constructs, and I opened one, and it was literally just a vulture where the object was supposed to be. And I was like, I wanted like blue cowboy boot or something.
Nope.
No,
Mm-mm.
more
This
vulture.
is the tale
Of Simeon's vulture.
That's
Get a
Wait.
rally 6 and carry someone.
you guys just wait.
Yeah.
Well-
You have no idea.
I think that's enough about today. It was a good
That's
time.
enough. Clearly, no one's
Uh,
interested in that. I
Yeah,
guess.
clearly.
Jeez.
Whatever, guys.
Wow.
We had a good time.
Yeah. Thanks, haters.
Tristan Halverson asks, "What's your favorite shows?" Right now, just finished Last of Us. That was really good. I don't know if it's like my favorite. I'm not huge into like that genre, but it was good. It was a good show.
Haven't started it, but
Current favorite show, man, that's tough. I'm really enjoying the new season of South Park, so I'll say that.
Mm.
I'm rewatching through Fringe, but that's kind of my like, I can fall asleep to this show because
Oh.
I'm old enough where I need those now.
Oh no, Simeon.
But like Fringe is like I think it's the spiritual successor to X Files. It's
Oh, okay.
it's very much that like theme where it's like weird government like agency. They call them like the Fringe Department, which are just
Oh,
like
I see
yeah,
what
they
you're saying.
totally just like I mean they wouldn't have called it like the X Files
Cringe
either, but
department.
yeah. But it's a fun show up until like the last couple seasons, and then it just gets like
Oh.
real heavy in plot. Other than that, what am I watching? Still obviously watching through all of Doctor Who, but that's like fairly infrequent when that
Yeah.
happens. And I'm like, oh, I gotta check what's the watch order. Oh, I gotta watch the Sarah Jane Chronicles and then some Torchwood, and then I can get back to Doctor Who.
Just never gotten into that show. I don't know.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I mean,
that's
I-
how I feel
I
about
thought
it.
you were gonna say "Ah, it's so good, but you're like, it's all right.
There's people that really love it, and like same with other Monster
Yes,
of the
there
Week
are.
shows. Like, there's a huge diehard Supernatural fan base,
Yes,
and I
there
happen
is.
to like really enjoy
that's this
Supernatural. But like, no, I literally like if
The guy,
He's like,
His name, I think,
there's
is
a new
Josh.
monster. Dean almost dies.
yeah,
I love these episodes.
I still haven't watched the last 2 seasons.
there was
so.
there was an actor from Supernatural at SuperCon. this
It was,
last year.
yeah, it was Bobby.
Bobby, there you
I
go.
forget his name, but yeah,
I
he
think
plays
the
Bobby.
actor's name
Bobby.
is Josh, I think.
Okay.
I can't. I
It
don't know.
seems
In
something.
the show, he
If I saw his face, I could tell you that's him.
Yeah.
He's like whatever his name is in the show is the name of like the director of the show.
Is
It's like
it?
yeah, it's his name's like Robert something.
Yeah.
but he goes by Bobby whatever.
yeah. And in
That's
the
how
show,
big of a
in the
fan
show,
I
he's
am.
from Sioux Falls. Yeah, you're
I
saying
know
that,
all
Simeon.
their
Wow,
I know
good
all
job.
their names. I know I love that show. We're like way in the weeds now, but I love that show because they'll be like 2 miles outside Lincoln, Nebraska, and it's just like a tumbleweed and like corn and like a silo, and I'm like, there's almost nothing like that 2 miles.
Yeah.
2 miles outside Lincoln
see the
is
city
more
and
suburbs.
everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that's either interstate or more suburbs.
Yeah.
You liars.
It's like barely what like South Dakota looks
They'll,
like.
they'll be outside Sioux Falls, and it'll be like a shack or something, which is at least closer to what it is. But yeah,
What are you watching?
what am I watching? I just finished Better Call Saul.
Okay.
That was great. I super enjoyed that. It was the first
Till
TV
you
show.
finish that too.
It was the first
Really
TV
good.
show that I ever was like, oh, they don't have the last season on Netflix, and then I went to Best Buy and
Nice.
bought the DVD for it. So
Oh,
I
they
was-
don't have the last season on
Yeah.
my Netflix.
yeah, they're
I better
adding
go
it.
buy it on DVD.
They're adding it April 18th, so I jumped the gun a little bit, but I had to know.
Blow the dust.
I had to know. So yeah, that's what I've been
You
watching.
guys sell
so.
DVD players here? Only DVD. You got Better Call Saul on VHS.
It's so mean. So mean.
Oh, what's
The
that?
lady even
What's that thing
upcharged
called?
me for
Cassette
it. Like,
tapes? No, they are cassette tapes. Something like that.
Laserdisc.
Look, lady, I just want to watch a show.
I should watch it because there's
So
a scene where a
spoiled.
dude falls off a billboard.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
That's you.
Are you watching that going, oh my god, that could be me?
Oh, someday that will be.
Yikes.
Just
Yikes.
statistically, but
All right, we got a few more comments. Bill said that Last of Us is meh. I think it was kind of a show that did this. There were some
Yeah.
episodes that were on point, really good. There were some episodes where I'm just like,
What are we doing
come
here?
on,
This
like,
sucks.
yeah.
please.
To be fair, the
Uh,
game has points like that too. There's like a few sections in the game where
Yeah,
you're
but
just like if
I'm
this
just walking
was
around.
like all skippable. Like there's the winter part where like Joel's like hurt and Ellie has to.
I liked playing as
Those
Ellie.
were some of the better episodes.
Those are some of the better episodes too.
Okay.
Sadly, they were.
I haven't,
like,
I haven't
they
watched
they
it
actually unironically were some of the better
I
episodes.
think like some of the issue with it was like for me it was like the pacing of it where it's like there's so much time traveling. I get it, they have to do that, I'm not against that.
Mhm.
And then they would get to a destination, they'd be there for like 10 minutes, 20
Yeah.
minutes, and then
they
they're
got a
moving
time
again.
skip constantly.
So it's
Yeah.
just like I wish there was more time like spent like kind of building the areas. Like we got like one full or like two full episodes on like Kansas City area,
We did.
and those
A
were
lot.
great. And then like he makes it out. Well, I won't say anything else, but he makes it to another place, and they're there for like 20 minutes, and there's like so much lead up to this, and it's just kind of like
We're gonna leave.
yeah,
Too.
it's like I can't be here.
He's like,
please."
we gotta get there. We gotta get there. We gotta get there.
Succession starts again tonight. I
Some-
hear that show's great.
No
Haven't
idea what
started
that
it,
show
though.
is.
Sunk
never heard
way
that
too
at
much
all.
time into the Last of Us like multiplayer.
Ooh.
Multiplayer.
Yeah,
Really?
like
even know
the
they had a
original
multiplayer.
game
I
had
don't
a
think I played the
multiplayer option.
multiplayer at all.
It was actually like it was unique enough. Like obviously, cover system was like heavily involved.
Yeah.
and it was just like a third person like shooter. But you actually did have like things that could not like distract humans, but if you didn't know where like your opponents were, they
Yeah.
could like throw a brick, and
Oh,
it would
sure.
like give like a pip on their map, so they might like go and like try and kill you there. But I just remember like the school setting from the game and one of like the winter like village settings were like both like awful, and that's like all that you played on. And it was such a dedicated community that you'd start off playing it, you're like level 1, and like everyone else is like prestiged like 4
Oh
times.
Oh
And
yeah,
they're
like
in,
the
like,
people who
clans and
play
stuff.
it,
They
play it.
play
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
play it.
Like if you get into an old game that still has a following, it'll only be like clanned up, really try hard
Yeah.
kind of like players. But
Simeon, we got a comment for you. It says Simeon is the Zeppelin dimension. Simeon, it makes so much more sense now.
this is
I don't like that shirt.
Frank Zappa.
It bothers me so much. It
Frank
just makes me
Zappa
so
is
uncomfortable. This
awesome.
dude taking a crap, totally butt naked, looking
That's
at
a
me.
great shirt.
It's the
That's a
Zappa crap.
great,
great
shirt.
Is it not?
yeah.
I saw it on.
taking.
I saw
Oh
it
my
on a
gosh.
poster, and like I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!"
I have to own that. As
And
a
then
shirt.
I found it as a shirt, and I
And
was
then
like,
I found
wow,
it as a shirt, and I was
I
like,
can
wow.
wear this. Why not?
Well, guys, this is a Hero Click show, so why
right.
don't we chat some Hero Clicks?
Okay.
But first, 10 more minutes about Frank Zappa taking a dump. So, topic that we'll start off with is the equipment we're building with Silver being announced, with the Mandarin rings changing, Thanos being able to sign 7 gems. So much that is still relevant today is coming back into the game. Silver Age is obviously really going to shake some stuff up. So, few questions. I think the first question, now whether this is Silver or Modern, feel free to answer for either. What equipment makes your build immediately or is a must play? So maybe like top 3 equipment, something like that. Like if you're thinking Silver Age, let's do that. What is the equipment that you're just immediately like, I need to play that? I have an answer. It's Modern right now. I think the emotional modifier is still like the very first equipment I look at. Like the debuff to attack, the bonus to defense, or handing out Battle Fury, the amount of utility it offers, and the fact that, like, you know, starting equipped with it, like, it can't just be destroyed. It's such good utility. I feel like it fits on every team, and if there's ever mind control or shape change prevalent in the meta, with, like, things like Remaker coming back, I think you will always get value out of Emotional Modifier, and it's something that you can use on your whole team. So that's the first equipment I think I'm still looking at. I know it's a bit of a cop-out response, but
Yeah.
it's still so good.
I mean, you're right though.
It's-
Mod is just
yeah.
it's the like best equipment I think
In my
I've ever
opinion,
made.
that one's tied with Darkhold for me, just because
Oh sure.
of how, like, Darkhold allows you to build any team and not have like a dedicated prob piece.
Yeah.
Like it's expensive for prob in my opinion, but
It does shit.
it's either
though.
that or like Time
Perplex
Gem
out
also gives you prob and
Yeah.
silver, but yeah, having like the ability to have either perplex or prob, and then yeah, like you said, the rings, honestly, like Remaker plus Nightbringer, where you have stealth and 2 squares of smoke cloud, and then shape change and poison, like
Yeah, the Remaker
for
ring
10 points,
plus
that's
another ring.
wild.
That's really gonna make a showing. Remaker is so insane.
I mean, there's also that ring that gives like energy explosion when you use it. It deals pen damage.
Yeah.
Like that seems
I think
wild
that's
with like some of the new
incandescence,
stuff. Yeah,
I think
something
it's either that or
one of those.
demonic, one of the two.
I don't remember. And then the other, which I think whichever the other one is, maybe is lightning the one that gives you
extra bolt.
one. Is it?
No, it
extra
doesn't
bolt?
give you an extra bolt. It deals
It
extra
deals
damage
one extra
when you
damage
use
to each
bolts to
character you
target.
target. Yeah.
But that like stacks with the other, like the energy explosion one.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
could target multiples,
Yeah.
hit like a whole group of people for pen damage,
energy
explosion that
Get 'em
deals an
messed
additional 1 to each hit target.
I was
It's just-
saying to use that with Long Shot from the OP set of X-Men because he can crit.
yeah.
It's like 4 damage, penetrating energy explosion crit.
What is it like 5/5 he crits?
Yeah,
I
5
think
5
so,
crits.
yeah.
I
So
hate
you could do that with him or even Bullseye, who like has an automatic replace both dies. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. No, I think I just agree with Ian. I think Emo Mod is my go-to in Modern right now. I think I've put it on almost every Modern team I've had since
It's so
been
hard
legal.
not to.
Like it's just so good. But then Silver, Venom Pump's my guy. Power
yeah.
Gem obviously is like top
Ooh,
3,
yeah.
number 1. Power
Gotta
Silver.
mention Power Gem.
you
Gotta
know?
mention the Awk Arms too.
Yeah, I
Like,
do. I can't
handing
believe-
out Flurry. We were talking about this last night. And we both were like, just missed over it. I walk back in the room. I'm like, Awk Arms, stop. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it also gives Ignore Elevated. So on top of
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but yeah, Power Gem. You know, Power Gem on Arachnite sounds like so.
Bill
much
says
fun.
Exospecs on Gauntlet Cap. You pick Pulse Wave and then knock every because he has the thing that
13
says when
squares,
you like
yeah,
hit.
and knocks you
Yeah.
back 10 squares no matter what.
That's
Gauntlet
so
Cap's gonna.
dumb.
Yeah. Everyone into the walls.
That would be really funny. I like that a lot.
And
That's
let's
some good
see.
stuff.
Figuring
Azael
out those.
Azel says
I
radioactive
know.
clay, no
What's the
doubt,
straightest path?
especially against
Yeah.
all these turtle teams. Radioactive clay is a one-time use, though.
Unless you're using it with Scarab.
Unless you use
Scarab's
Scarab.
banned.
He's banned in silver.
He's
yeah.
banned. Big
Yeah.
band.
I wonder if
No,
he'll be in
we do
World.
have one other character that can copy equipment, and that is
Oh, yes. Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Ultra
Yeah.
Chase Deadpool can copy
Oh
the
yeah,
effect.
that's
So-
right. Yeah.
There still is
There's
a niche.
that.
I mean,
Forgot
as
that
long as
figure
Matt
even
Reed's
existed.
building teams.
I know, so did I.
if it wasn't for Matt Reed, I wouldn't even know that
Very
that was
true.
a thing that he did. But yeah, as long as Matt Reed's still building teams, that's a possibility that you'll see at an event.
That's true.
It's good. Like it's surprisingly good because he says that person can't use it while he uses
Yeah.
it, like the effect of the equipment. So
Take yours, man. It sucks.
within like line of fire and like whatever squares it is, Deadpool just like says like, oh, you don't get to use like the like DJ Doom's time platform. He's like,
Yeah.
you don't get to use the time platform. I'm using it this turn, and then you just hit him for a ton of damage, and it's like, ow, that sucks. Thank you.
Time platform is another interesting one.
Yeah.
I don't know where it ranks, but it's always an object I'm considering. But I think that'll lead into. So the next question is just your favorite equipment. So once again, silver, modern. Oh, does anybody have an answer for this right away? I got
Venom Pump's favorite equipment of all
Venom.
time is Venom Pump. Love the Venom harness. Love to get pumped up. Love it. Yeah, it's my all-time favorite equipment.
Of all time,
Or modern silver favorite right now.
I mean, like there's a few relics that would outpace some of like my more modern counterparts, but I think the equipment that I've used the most throughout
Casket of Ancient Wonders. I understand.
Yeah,
understand.
I actually, as I was looking for my blood axe, I saw Healing Casket and Casket of Ancient Wonders, and
yeah?
I was like,
Ooh.
like this never worked
this
when
is
it was
on a
legal.
WWE
OP
team.
now.
Ooh.
This is
Yeah.
OP.
This never worked when it was legal, but I bet I can get it to pop off now. Like
Oh yeah, dude,
with
I
my
bet.
super willpower rolls, I'll just be activating the casket every turn. People like removing action tokens make that object completely
So
obsolete.
Casket's clearly your favorite, right?
So
It
good.
has to be, right?
Yeah. No, it's definitely Jarnjaborn making
Jarnbjorn.
10s, 11s,
Yeah?
and 12s crit hits.
Ooh.
No.
St. Walker's
So bad.
Basher.
Man, what is it? I'm going to go with probably the Goblin Glider. I think like
It is cool.
that made so many pieces like actually work and like well it makes so many Golden Age pieces actually work
Oh, sure.
that I like go back to it often in certain situations. The gauntlet that lets you pick 2 powers or
pretty
1
cool.
power and then you roll, like I used to put that on Rune all the time. He could start with
Oh,
it
yeah.
for 15 points and then picking like Flurry and some other power if you get it was wild, because then he would potentially heal up to like 4 clicks as a vampire dial.
Oh, nice.
Which is just like
Good. This is really good.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is maybe good for the first
Yeah.
time ever, other than like Wendigo.
yeah. Other than pieces under 20 points.
I think honestly, like I'm leaning towards. I've really, really enjoyed like the rings. If I had to pick like a favorite
Oh.
color so far, it's been green.
Chance,
think-
Chance has a good point there.
What did Chance say? I just think the rings are so fun. Chance, Casket of Ancient Gwent.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I mean like playing it on like Green Lantern Batman is so much fun.
Yeah.
Playing it like getting it like playing the Super Friends and getting a free Green Lantern ring on Green Lantern was so cool. I think the constructs are just like so much
So
fun
fun.
too.
So
like
cool.
and then like the unique abilities they offer too. I think they do so much and they're just really thematic, they're really flavorful, and yeah, I think the ring wins out. I also really like the utility belt, but I'll never pay the points for it.
I'm changing my answer. The object I've used the most ever is absolutely the Blood Axe.
Oh okay.
Which I can't find, but, like,
yeah, man.
Putting
That
that on
coming back is pretty
putting that on
cool,
like a
too.
big close hitter like Hulk or something, where you get Steel Energy, Exploit, and Battle Fury,
Yeah.
like the 3 most aggressive like attack. Well,
Up
Steel
there.
Energy isn't really an attack
Yeah.
power, but if you have a character like the ADW Chase Hulk, where he had like colossal stamina and he could keep pushing and like could never have to clear, that like made him so like crazy. 'Cause it
Prime
was-
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Prime Spider-Man, like give
That'd
him
actually
Battle
be-
Fury, Exploit, and Steel Energy. Yeah.
That might actually be
Hmm.
okay. That might be the next thing
It's
to
10
experiment
points.
with for me.
Inborn?
Alex, if you're watching, there's a good object to look at for your team.
Yeah.
You've been posting about that earlier.
And he doesn't need to be carried, so you don't really have to worry about the drawback of Battle Fury.
Yeah. He really doesn't. You don't
Would you
even
like-
need TK with
Would
him.
you like me to tell you what Battle Fury does again?
Okay. What's an equipment that you guys are currently like experimenting with? Maybe this is along the same lines as the last question. Is there
Think-
anything from the new Spider-Man set?
The thing I'm looking at the most, and it's kind of like the oddball in my opinion, is the Billy Clubs. Because I think
Okay.
Yeah.
boomerangs, like everyone knows kind of what that does, and it's like an enhancement to attacks. But Billy Clubs is like, all right, I've got like 2 lightning bolts with like this really good like mind control piece.
Mhm.
What if I gave him 3 lightning bolts? Like, how's that work?
There
You know?
has to be some corner cases where the Billy Clubs is like amazing.
Like
I haven't
characters
found
that-
them yet. But
Characters that just shouldn't really have extra bolts, like weren't designed with it, and then you give him Billy Clubs.
Like
Yeah.
God Ever Doom or something like that.
yeah,
Emperor Gladiator. Is
Emperor
my
Gladiator?
first
Ooh.
thought.
yeah, Emperor
yeah.
Gladiator being able to dual target would be great, so he doesn't miss as often.
Spider Supreme. Obviously,
Spider
you're putting
Supreme.
a different object on him, but like the guy's 250 points. He
Yeah.
has 1 friggin' target. What is wrong?
Yeah.
He's 6 people. Doesn't make sense.
Like that 6-arm
I like
Spider-Man
that
that
answer,
can make up
though.
to 4 attacks or whatever.
I also like along that same lines. I don't think the Shocker Gauntlets have gotten the credit they deserve. I think
Sure.
the Shocker Gauntlets can be
Yeah.
hidden nasty with Pulse Wave. I was watching some online play. I think it was Thursday night, and I just saw a disgusting Pulse Wave with the Shocker Gauntlets, and it hit like 5 people back, and
Yeah.
it was just so much damage. Like, and you're repositioning.
That's kind of sound insane. Yeah.
It is crazy. It's only 5 points too, so I'm sure you can fit it on. But it is just so hard to look at the Shocker Gauntlets for 5, and then also look at the cloak and be like, yeah, these are the same.
Yeah.
There's a decent amount of stuff that was like meta a year ago or 2 years ago even, where the right amount of like knockback or just knockback in general just like takes that character out. If you pulse
Yeah.
wave a flash with knockback and he hits something,
Done.
that's just
Yeah,
dead flash.
bye.
Yeah, which
Please.
wasn't as easy. I mean, you could still do it, but like it pulse wave, like he doesn't get a shape change or super senses, and then yeah, he just hits like a wall, and like so it's a
That
much
extra
cleaner, easy
knockback
way to do it.
damage, yeah, like it just deals with so much. Let's see. Chance says the utility the rings provide for the points is such a value spend. 100% agreed.
Mhm.
Pumpkin bombs replacing pumpkin bombs on Phoenix Sentinel. I don't know if the newer ones are better. I like the knockback from the
I don't
previous
think
ones
they
are really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the new one. I don't think the newer ones
No.
are better. No.
No. I mean, maybe in some cases they are, but I think the knockback in general is probably stronger. Bill says, such a chance thing to say. Yes. Billy Clubs with Legacy Thanos, says Edison.
Ah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, he won.
We
He
thought
won
we were
Singapore
done with it.
Nationals with
No more.
Legacy Thanos.
No more
did,
Thanos.
he did.
No more
So
Thanos.
being able to target, yeah.
I am thinking of Exodus 95 points with Billy Clubs.
Oh.
So he could do a little double target mind control. Do it
Deal them both
printed.
yeah.
printed damage.
That's
Pretty
I
good.
like
Yeah,
that.
stuff
That's
like that.
cool,
That's
yeah.
obviously like why didn't I think of that? But yeah, like that is obviously like a corner case, like we were saying,
Yeah.
where it just makes that so good to have an extra target. There's also someone that does that with in-cap, but it's not nearly as good.
Azale said, off topic, you guys have mentioned Dragon's Lair before on the channel. You guys play in Texas too? I'm in San Antonio. No, apparently.
No.
There's a Dragon's Lair in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Dragon's Den.
There was a Dragon's Lair there
Oh, was there? Oh, I don't know.
when I was younger. There's now one in Omaha, Nebraska, where we all currently are.
Yeah.
And apparently there's one in Texas as well.
This is actually the 5th location that Dragon's Lair has been.
Wow.
Fifth
Omaha.
dojo.
So
Yeah, jeez, gosh.
there was the OG one in Millard that Scott Porter famously, not so famously, used to go to when he was a kid.
Who is she again?
Unboxing person.
Oh, okay.
There was the one, I don't remember the exact street, but it was off of like Blondo that burned down.
Yeah.
There was their second location that
Crispy Dragon's Lair.
didn't burn down, but like the
That's the one the
building got
dragon got to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
so that the second one for that location. So there was the Millard one, then the
Blondo,
other one
yeah.
opened, burned down, went like down the street. That building got bought out, went across the street, still there.
And then,
then
there's also the one that
ours
they
has
built
moved.
entirely out of Brainiac Lex Luthor's.
Yeah.
That one's the most interesting store.
Well, and that's the one where like we go in there and the big
Right,
bad
that's
wolf
what
comes
we
down and
do.
tries to blow it down. And we're like, you can't blow down Brainiac.
Brainiac Lex
Luthor.
Luthor, dude. You know how
Yeah.
fortified this is?
It's too strong.
I basically have I'm always standing like this in the Brainiac Lex Luthor Dragon's Lair. It's so fortified.
Just like yeah, there's plenty of elbow room so that everyone can walk around.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
pretty awesome.
This kind of goes in line with what we've been talking about. The last question in regards to equipment was sleeper equipment. Is there anything that people are undervaluing?
Ultimate Nullifier.
Ultimate.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
People are too scared to roll them dice.
No, I
Too scared to
think.
gamble. But I really do. I think it could go on more builds.
I think in silver, because when it came out, there wasn't a lot of like great don't die tech. There was like hard to kill stuff, but
Yeah.
not like literally
That's a good
don't
point.
die.
Yeah.
And so in silver, you have don't die stuff, and you have ultimate nullifier.
Well, you ran it with Daredevil.
I ran
think
it
that
with
was great.
I ran it with Earth X Daredevil, who every time he used it,
God, yeah.
he
Ooh,
would
yeah,
just like
good.
go to a different click, but it's not damage from an attack, and so there's no roll, so he doesn't remove dice or
Yep.
anything. So he literally he's fine with it.
He's
It's
just
perfectly-
YOLOing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he lives forever.
Yeah.
He's
And,
YOLOing.
yo-
you
you-
only live forever. Yolfing.
Yolfing.
You like when he was modern, people would put like the venom pump on him because
Yeah,
same thing.
they're
Like
like,
who
yeah,
takes
takes
damage, who
damage.
cares? But
I remember playing
you
against
can't
that combo
ignore
a
him
couple
when
times.
he has like the potential to deal like 4, 5, 6. I never said 6,
Picking
but I
six
wanted
is
to.
hilarious.
Picking 6 is like a rough call.
Big
because-
one. The
ultimate stud.
Yeah, unless you're playing Carnage.
Dude, Carnage with Nullifier is going to be cool, man. I want to run that so bad here.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
I'm not going to say that.
What would you
Chance.
equip to Gamma Clap Hulk?
Not the ultimate nullifier.
No.
No.
That's a great...
I would give him the Venom Pump.
Probably,
Maybe.
if we're talking silver, probably the Auk arms. Give him 4
Lock arms.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
At the same time, giving him something like Remaker and like Spectral for precision strike,
That's
shape
true.
change, like you could do that.
I think a double ring on him's a good call.
Like an extra rollout on him with Remaker. is
Really,
super
the,
nice. Nightbringer. Well, no, he wants to get attacked by.
He wants to get
Cloak
attacked,
isn't
yeah,
a
he wants to
bad
get
idea
shot.
either.
Yeah, Cloak is
Sidestep,
a
light, like that. I mean, it's plasticity. That's always like a good option for a Hulk-based character. But
What about like the Carter Shield?
Ooh, I'd give him
that's
Crowbar.
A 19. Crowbar. Ooh, yeah.
That's another
He's a
underused
blood,
object,
a blood
too.
axe guy. That
He
that
is a
guy's a
blood
blood
axe
axe
guy.
kind of guy.
Yeah, that's facts.
yeah, I did.
In
Yeah,
modern,
we
I
both
really
played
don't
against
know,
the wrecking crew that
We did,
had the enchanted
yeah,
crowbar.
Crowbar. Crowbar's
And,
good.
Yeah, you do forget that the crowbar basically just says like, "I will get through your defense unless it's a rollout." But
I did symbiote for all that healing. That's a good choice. I think like
Nah,
Steel
that was
Energy-
wrong, Matt. You're
Yeah,
wrong
that
for
was wrong.
Yeah,
incorrect.
that was nothing B said. So
Here, let me just.
Tesseract.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
wrong.
Yeah, Tesseract so that Hulk can phase and have prob.
oh, there we go.
Oh, my.
Yeah, you want to be able to reroll their attacks.
Yeah.
They're less.
Doesn't normally have access to probs. so that's
I
a
could
good way.
attack you this turn, but I do want my prob. I'll phase away.
Phase behind you.
That's a very Hulk
Yeah.
thing to do.
It's nothing
phase
personal.
around.
Nothing personal, kid. Hulk's just behind you, just like.
Clap.
Yeah, could give him the angler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, the angle. I love the angle.
I like the angler
Hulk
too.
just
Talk
like
about
blopping
underused
around.
equipment too, man. I love the
What if you
angler.
put the angler on the black suit Spidey? Does he need
Oh
that
my
much more mobility?
gosh, he's everywhere.
Chance, we're not. Chance says make it meta Winter Hulk.
No.
No.
I think we all hate that figure.
Yes.
Saw it enough. Calder, especially.
No, yeah.
He loved it.
No, I don't. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
Oscar
Hate it.
asks, "What do you think of the Beast Boy Prime who recruits the animals? Do you think it's good?" I think it's good when you play it with Legacy Lockjaw. I think it was
Yeah.
PJ Bolin who was playing that team. So like, Beast Boy and Lockjaw can like share keywords, so he can give Lockjaw Teen Titans, and then Deathstroke can flex the keyword even further using his traits. He can pick 2 more people to be on theme. And suddenly you have a team that can all mastermind a Lockjaw without having like the Animal or Fantastic Four keyword. I don't think it's as good anymore because now you can play Bagman, who makes celebrities or makes Fantastic Four
Fantastic
Spider-Man.
Four Spider-Man.
So then you can
Yeah.
cheat in with whatever. So now it's so much easier to hand out that Lockjaw
Right.
mastermind. But that's the main reason we saw play with Beast Boy. I haven't heard of any other strategies with him. I think he's cool. I have one, but
He's what, 40? Not
30.
Beast Boy. Lockjaw's 30. So he's 30 points and like 10 clicks deep, something wild like that.
No.
Yeah. It's really hard
It's
to get through
really
one.
strong.
And if they play 2, then it's just like.
I had to play against one who had the Wonder Woman armor equipped,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
actually just like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm just glad that.
oh my gosh.
I'm glad that they made the ruling that you can't mastermind like mind control and in cap and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
good lord,
Because
that
like
was
that's
so
one of
dumb.
the few ways that you can actually get that team like off your back is
The boot is very
make 'em
helpful
walk
too.
away.
Oh, yeah,
Knock 'em
baby.
In
back,
that
yeah.
same game, I pulled up behind him, dropped off my Star Sapphire, placed a boot, booted his Cosmo out, and then just ran up and lit him up.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But yeah, Beast Boy overall, like, I think he's a fun figure. I don't think he's particularly worth the prime slots.
If
No,
you're
he's
running-
not in the current prime slot.
Like, you're not getting
days.
that much bonus for playing theme. And,
Yeah.
like, you're also using their prime slot to play him. So, personally,
I think
like,
the theme
I'm not
change probably
using
hurt
it.
him the most.
I was gonna say,
but
you're,
yeah.
well, you're definitely not playing high Evo with that team anymore, though. So,
Well, no, no.
like,
He's bad.
Yeah, he's not good.
no,
Bad, dude.
got changed.
Yeah.
Got a rough change.
They took him out back.
They did,
Took
dude.
him out
Yeah,
back.
they did.
Captain Venom.
High Evo broke a leg in the
Say
race.
prayers.
Exactly, bro. Oof.
Well, that is equipment, guys. If you have more questions about that,
Any more
I guess,
thoughts about equipment? Ooh.
you know, throw them in there. We'll come back to it. Here's a great question, and I think it's something that isn't talked about enough in the HeroClix space. You're a brand new player with, let's say, $100. What do you purchase to get going in HeroClix? What are you looking at to like fully get started? Like it's like, yeah, I'll put $100 into this. Where do you start with it? Is it buying a starter set? Is it buying loose figures, maps, getting some dice, tokens?
Maybe a
Spending
starter set,
$100 on just tokens?
So like this time, like
Just tokens.
this current,
And if you want to spend
exact time-
$100 in just tokens, you can go to Dialage for Heroes at patreon.com. And you can spend $100 in tokens
yeah, you
quite
can do
easily.
that.
Yeah,
very easily.
I would say with this current starter, this is like the
Handy.
best time to, personally, in my opinion, buy a starter. And like same thing when like Wonder Woman 80 came out. Not as like the starter set itself is like kind of like okay, but as far as like I'm new to the game, I truly don't understand whatever, like, you know, blah blah blah. That is like the best way to get in. And then with the other 40, I get like a CUR of some set that I'm interested in. So whenever people ask this question, they're like, what set should I buy? I'm like, new to HeroClix. Everyone suggests either the newest set or like the latest DC set. And I'm like, what characters made you think like HeroClix is a game for me?
Yeah.
Because if you're like, I like Captain America, I like Batman, I like Wolverine, then like there's specific sets for those characters that make a lot more sense. And buying like a CUR gets you essentially the feel of that set without having to break the bank.
Yeah.
Especially like the older the set. Well, I don't know how easy it is to get like a CUR.
You get a CUR
like,
of an old set.
an old set,
It's
but-
not usually not too bad. I
But,
think
yeah.
average range is like $30 to $60.
It's usually like fairly cheap depending on the set. And then
That's like 40 something figures.
that might not include the primes, but if you're new to the game, you really don't want to be like investing in money pieces, because if someone's like, oh well, what you need is Sakari and Iron Man,
And Venom
so
Magneto?
you spend your whole, well, you can't get Venom Magneto for $100 bucks.
You can't get Scary and Iron Man either.
Put a down payment on this Venom Magneto, and like, I don't have any other figures
You
to
gotta
take
go
in.
to the bank. Okay.
Gonna want to take out a loan. Put that $100 into a high investment brokerage so that you can afford an actual
Venom
meta team.
Magneto.
Yeah. No.
So you're thinking like CUR route, but the starter right now for Spider-Man
I think
is really solid.
At this explicit moment, because there's been a new rules revamp, I think it's important to have a starter. If you're new to the game, gets you the PAC, gets you a rule book, gets you dice, tokens, and then enough figures to like get a grasp.
Terrain too that's something to
Terrain
get used
is
to.
also,
That's I
yeah.
mean something that's really shaking up the game. So you better learn how
Yeah.
to use it. To go
Worst
against
thing
it.
to invest in right now would be old maps. Like that's probably like
That's tough.
poor investment
That's
going
tough.
forward. I think they'll be either rotating maps that are 24 by 16, but obviously if they don't, they're not going to be printing them anymore. So
It's only a matter of time. Clock's ticking.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Simeon, you're right. Where if I was new to the game, I would find some characters I'd like. Maybe I'd splurge on like a $10, $15 single if I really like the character, and then I'm probably picking up. In this case, like if I had heard what people are saying about the starter, I'd probably be buying the starter. But I think for the most part, if you are a newer player, like if I was first getting into the game, I would look for a set I like and I would purchase a CUR of those figures because, I mean, yeah, like you're saying, you can get a really good feel for things. You can have a wide variety of things to play with, and you can play the characters you'd like. Obviously, I would look for a set kind of released within the last probably like
that's another
9
good
months,
point. Yeah,
year.
you don't want to
your
buy
stuff outdated.
Yeah, you don't want to buy into.
Unfortunately, that happens relatively quickly in this game. But
If I bought
Yeah.
into like a CUR, like if I joined
Sadly.
right now and I was like Wonder Woman,
I
my
want
gal,
Rebirth.
and yeah,
Ah,
that too. But like,
ah.
you buy into a Wonder Woman 80th, and then it's like after July it rotates, and you're just like, oh, so like the whole collection, which maybe it's only like 30 figures at that point, but the whole collection I have is now
Gone.
golden.
And
or
it
silver.
depends on the route you want to take.
Yeah.
Because like it's like if you're trying to get into competitive, I think you're gonna have some kind of inkling that like this is gonna be expensive. If you know anything about collectible games, like nobody goes into Magic going like, can't wait to have a fun time for cheap.
Yeah.
No one's saying that. So you have
Can't
some
wait
idea
to
of
win
that.
a championship
But
with $10.
Just don't go to that level right away. If you want to play competitively, find some people in your area, borrow their stuff. Find
That's
players,
that's
borrow
too
their
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone borrows stuff. There's nothing wrong with it.
Also, to go along with the CUR thing, if you go to like a venue like ours and you are newer, there's usually people that are willing to like shove off like their duplicates on you.
Yeah.
So not a newer player, but I gave the Wakefield kids several Brainiac Lex Luthor. No, I gave the Wakefield kids like probably like 2 times over a CUR of Disney Plus, and then again with Avengers for Not Forever, whatever that other one was.
Not Avengers Forever?
Yeah, the one
Was it
before that.
War of the Realms?
No,
Disney Plus?
no, the Avengers
Did
said
it,
Empire?
Empire.
Got it.
I gave him like a
oh,
C.
it wasn't.
It was not 10 Lex
It
Luthor
was not
Brainiacs.
10. Oh.
Although it would be.
We want to do
Before we
sealed
send
with
these out, maybe Dragon's Lair should do an event where everyone has to include a Brainiac Lex Luthor on their team.
We should do that. That'd be funny. It'd be awesome.
No, we were gonna say Calder was saying we do sealed.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to build a 300-point team.
Team.
That's
Here's your
the
two
truest.
boosters.
That's the truest, most realistic like HeroClix depiction is your two boosters. Now, who is like the better pilot of this team?
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
That's truly the most even playing
Nothing to do
field.
with rolls.
No,
Rolls have no
luck has nothing to do with this.
Brainiac
It's
and
positioning.
Flex Luthor.
Oh.
Yeah, I think CUR is the way to go for sure. Do you have thoughts on this Calder?
Yeah.
Matt
I mean-
Reed has some.
A little bit. I think when you just start out, you really don't need to focus too much on like what's modern age, what's golden age. You know, that's at least when I started out. It didn't matter because I didn't go to a venue. I was just like, oh, there's a Captain America set that exists. I'm gonna buy a bunch of boosters from that. Or like, holy smokes, they make Street Fighter. I was just buying whatever seemed cool, and I bought a ton of singles when I started out, so I liked that. So I would honestly, they sell maps by themselves, and if you're not just gonna play at home for a little bit before you actually take it to like a real venue, just get whatever for a map. Go buy a Hobbit starter set. They have 7 maps in that thing, and it's like $40 or whatever.
you
when
can
when
get
it
those
came
real
out,
cheap.
you can get this for like probably $10-15 nowadays, and get a ton of maps.
Pacific Rim, but my favorite movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll get the whole set for $100.
might as well,
I mean,
right? Like, if that's your favorite, like, IP, if that's something, wow, if that's your favorite movie, yikes, there's other
Yeah.
problems you have. But if that's your favorite movie, you know, buy all the HeroClix
What's
for it.
hilarious
Why
is
not?
I can't remember which figure. There's a figure. I mean, obviously team players can do this.
Yeah.
But Kaiju is old school Mystics,
Yeah.
so it can be copied, and it's unavoidable damage instead of penetrating damage.
Same with
And so,
Arachnos from
yeah,
City of Villains.
There's like there's a whole bunch of like not just wild cards, but characters that like let other people like copy team abilities or give them wild card, and so Pacific Rim's not the worst you could do.
No, it's not.
Probably not.
So really just buy the characters you like, you know, kind of what
Yeah.
Simeon was saying. Go buy singles. I don't know if you need necessarily a cur totally, but just
If
go
you
buy
like a set.
characters. If you like a set.
like
yeah.
if you were big on the Sinister
check
Six
out-
and Spider-Man,
Go check out
a
HC
CUR
Realms,
set.
scroll through some sets. Maybe if you do see a cur that you like overall, get it. But basically just add figures to the side of your build and just buy the figures you think are cool. You know, either mechanics you think look neat or characters you really like. Just get that and then just get a map somehow and then some dice and tokens and you're good. You know, I don't really think you necessarily need a starter to play the game, ironically. Especially like if you're a DC fan, you don't necessarily want the Spider-Man
No.
starter.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
the latest
Yeah.
DC starter is fine, but let's say you're not really a Teen Titans fan or a Scooby-Doo fan, and that's not really a DC starter you want, you know. So it just kind of depends on what kind of starter you want to buy. I would never tell someone to go buy the latest starter because sometimes you may not like you may not like it.
It's rough.
You know, I remember for the longest time people were like, "You got to get the Cosmic Clash starter." When really, for new players, and I still agree with this, Masters of Evil starter was way better for newer players than
Yeah.
Cosmic Clash was.
Also, the
You know?
Fantastic Four.
But to
Yeah.
be fair, like those were both like the same rule book. So
They were the same
You
rule
had
book.
like the
They were very
choice.
comparable. Yeah,
Whereas like Batman team up in this one
are different,
completely
exactly,
different PAC. Like
And I would say
yeah.
And the Disney Plus one was just flat out wrong.
straight
Yeah,
up
true.
had
Yeah.
misprints in it. So
Yeah.
I do
Like
wish there
4
was
powers,
a starter
right?
that had a better, more complete rule book. All the starters recently have very quick play type rules. They're not as in depth as the older rule books used to be. And that was how I learned how to play the game. Was like I would take the rule book on car rides. I would like read it before I go to sleep. You know, stuff like that. Like it was just I wanted to learn how to play this game, so I did. You know, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely a level of dedication to it.
exactly. It just kind of
Matt
depends.
Reed's suggestion was use your 100 for dice and go play sealed with the rest.
Gambling, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
That's what his suggestion is go to the craps table with your $100 and then play sealed with your
Ha.
winnings.
Let's
or
do it.
losings, I guess.
yeah,
Just
put
keep
100 on
gambling.
one hand of blackjack,
Yeah.
and then that decides if you
Man,
get into HeroClix
that's-
or not. I think that's
What we're saying is you can't do
Sure.
this with $100, and it's weird that you would
Yeah.
hinder us by saying you could.
Yeah.
so. Once you win the first hand, you're gonna put it all back in on a second hand,
Jeez.
and this is what's gonna get you that ticket to this Venom Magneto we're talking about.
Well, you never put it all on.
I'm
one
just trying to
because-
stretch your money as
Because
far
you
as it
might
can
have
go.
to split your cards, so you never put it
Oh,
all
you're
on
right.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
won't
might
do
have
that.
to split it.
Chance says you could use the $100 at 10 per month for a gym membership and a hydro
Yeah,
flask. Once
Chance
you've
is being
developed
weird.
a gym routine,
Chance is just being
bulk
weird.
pieces
Has
off.
Chance ever been to a
From the
gym?
dude whose body looks like a dead fish.
It's a great question. Great question, Chance. Your floor.
Chance doesn't know a guy named Jim, let alone been to a gym.
Only Jim Chance knows is Jim Bean. Oh man. So yeah, I think if you're a new player, you really just have to find figures
Yeah.
you like. I just think just
Maybe
competitive.
you want to buy one of
Who
these.
cares? Push
Who
it out.
cares? Yeah, if you're a new
Find a
player,
buddy to play with.
forget about playing
Both get some
competitively.
figures you guys think are cool,
Yeah.
and then just battle it out. Like you don't. If you want to go down the competitive road, get talking with locals, get talking with people on Facebook, borrow some stuff.
Worry about playing competitive
Nothing to
HeroClix
buy.
like after you've been playing normal HeroClix for like a year or something. You know,
No,
that's not to like dissuade you from playing competitively, but like just enjoy the game for what it is.
you'll get frustrated by competitive. There's
Exactly,
A lot of, There's a
yeah.
lot of loopholes.
See,
And-
the one exception to that is people like Chad Birdsall that are willing to like 100% throw themselves into this game. I met him and he didn't know how, like I met him online obviously.
Chad is wild.
When he didn't
Chad's-
know how to play the game.
Chad's a wild case,
and within
dude.
like 6 months he had already won a WKO.
Yeah, Chad
wow.
is.
And like from there obviously like he won more stuff, eventually became like an ROC judge, and now he's like semi-retired from the game. Like only
Chad
plays
like
kinda
speed
casually.
ran the HeroClix
Yeah.
career path,
He lit
dude.
that candle on both ends and burned it until he hated the community and was like,
Yeah.
I'm out."
Yeah, Chad's built
Fair.
different, both in HeroClix and just in real life. He is also built different.
Yeah, got that. Anyhow, that's the joke you made.
That is true.
No.
That is true.
I think what burned him out the most is he used to buy
What?
like 40 bricks.
That-
It's a impressions video.
It's yeah.
from-
Remember the impressions videos? Because oh wait, of course you do, because that's
Yeah.
all you think about.
that's our channel.
That's our channel.
The
These are
three
you guys
impressions
that
videos.
make the impressions videos.
Those
Chance,
three videos. That's our channel.
Yep, that's it. Okay, guys. Well, we're coming up on an hour, so we'll be done in
Yeah.
a bit here. We've got a few events to discuss. We've got the IPF online tournament. You guys have heard enough about that. We've got 60 of these. We'll be giving some away. We'll be doing whatever with.
Get in
Message
contact.
us if you want them. If you want these Brainiac Lex Luthors, message us. We'll figure out a way to get them to you.
Yep.
Look
at this
brainiac.
So there's an IPF online tournament.
Every time I
There's
do it,
PJ's
makes
event in
me
Chicago, which is 300 modern, and then there's also the ROC in May, which is 300 silver.
Silver, yeah. With some sealed stuff also happening that weekend.
I guess let's start off with like modern. What are we expecting to see in these events? Like, what's going to be on a winning build? Do you guys have?
No, I'm so disconnected right now because of
This guy.
there's been so many shifts in like in
Two
the
of
competitive
these.
scene
Two of
like
these.
lately. Spider-Man threw a huge wrench into the works. So obviously, I think whatever it'll be will be like unthemed good stuff. I think the one thing we can bank on is people that are equipped with lantern rings.
Yeah.
Chip is making his name
good.
in modern right
So
now.
Chip,
good.
Star Sapphire
And
potentially.
silver. Yeah, Star Sapphire
Like
too. Dang.
there's a lot of
Oh,
crazy stuff you can do when you free make constructs that are like good at stuff.
I bet Felix Faust will be on every single winning build for these events.
Yeah,
Really?
That's how good Felix Faust is.
Period.
Do you think there's anyone there's obviously people that build counter like meta builds. Do you think part of that is doing a 16x24 map on like your build, like theme? And,
I think so.
Like put your
I
opponent
think
on a
I
larger
think you
map.
should have at
That's
least
the-
one 16x24 map on your build sheet, no matter what.
I think there's some level to that. Like if you're looking at your opponent's team, and it's like maybe you still want map. Like if you have strategies worked out for all of them, which there's definitely people who go that far, and you see like how threatening their team is from like distance on a small map, then I can see there being like some counterplay
Yeah.
there.
Well, like, because I mean, if I build a drop-off team that can go across 16 squares but can't go 24, then I know I can put them on like a larger map
Yeah.
and not have to worry about like first turn. Like I can not necessarily like move up right away, but I don't have to like worry about being
I
attacked.
think you have to think about the reach of your own team then too.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I think
Unless it's a team that's just like a turtle or like barrier
Oh.
down kind of
Ooh,
thing.
that's true. Yeah. Gosh, hate that.
If I'm running like Scarab, because Scarab's still legal, so I could run Scarab,
Yeah.
Radioactive Clay.
And he's gonna be.
KO
I think
something.
Scarab will make a splash too, but man, like Faust right now on a small map is just like so absurd.
Put him in the middle, and he has full map reach.
It is so ridiculous.
It's wild.
He's 30 points. He combos with so many things. Like, I'm not kidding. I would not be surprised if Faust was on like every single winning build for these 3 events.
That
It's
doesn't seem-
insane to say, but I think that's
Does.
how good he is.
Well, if
Like-
you're not theming, why not put like the best?
Why not play
oppressive,
Faust, right?
Like the most oppressive, like anti-prob, perplex outwit, whatever he is, and then he has his own prob. Like,
You know, it's
seems like a dead ringer.
enhancement
Yeah.
too, because you know why not?
Is it enhancement?
Yeah.
too?
Handsome Prob.
Free
Prob
place?
outwit enhancement.
No way he's got free place on top of all that.
He doesn't even line fire for it.
What?
You're not gonna believe this.
Oh my gosh! Clearly, this figure has to be like over 60
Obviously,
points.
Sakarian Iron Man too.
Sackman's good.
He's winning like literally everything.
I think him being able to be auto-equipped just made it like an instant play for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
55 points, and this figure,
There's no figure in his
Yeah.
point range that does remotely what he does.
he has.
It's just not even close.
He picks like powers, so someone that like deletes powers off of your like dial or something, or outwits you, they have to know what you're gonna pick ahead of time, or
Yeah.
they just like can't get rid of whatever you might pick.
You know,
So the only like things he really has to look out for are like Leech, Scarlet Witch kind of stuff, and even then, at most he's taking like 1 damage because that's not a power, that's like a ability.
Yeah.
So
he does it all. He's the Magic Man. Sakarian Iron Man. That's no new news there. But in terms of
Yeah.
like what you'll see, I think another piece that might shake things up a bit, possibly. I think Demon in Armor is getting more play as of right
Okay.
now. I've seen him in
yeah,
the last few events here. A few different people playing
Okay,
now.
yeah.
Caleb
Okay,
Reddick
yeah. You know, okay.
specifically. But that figure with the Carter Shield, handing out a 19 and then you can't modify your attack with
It
the
is
limited
good.
prob, like no theme team prob being a thing. It's like when I'm building, that's a figure that I'm consistently looking at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you tandem that with Felix Faust, now you're not re-rolling potentially. You're not modifying your attack. I'm a 19. Plus whatever else. Plus emotional modifier.
from that same set, Chase Beast is like never was like bad,
Yeah.
but like I feel like
On
now
X-Men
just
swap,
like
he's-
a good like option. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's really
now that
solid.
X-Men Swap doesn't really have a reason to be themed, like you can have your starting set of figures and then a few like that you could change into, and then the rest of your team can be like Sakarian Iron Man.
Yeah.
What's the Sky Tyrant? Like
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, why not?
Flashes, like stuff that doesn't make any sense to be on an X-Men team, but like it's there because like I don't need to be theme. Like what's the point? Like
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't think you need to be theme until we get a few more sets where their focus is like on theme.
On the theme design. Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's not a lot of argument for it. I really like the detective theme with Martian Manhunter team up, giving
It's cool.
everybody outsiders, but
That's
is
super
that
solid.
worth it? As of right now, I don't think so. So, yeah, these tournaments should be interesting. I think PJ's event will get a really solid turnout. Seems like I think there's like at least 40 people committed to going to that.
Oh, nice.
The IPF event this next weekend, we have, I believe, right around 20 signed up, so that'll be cool. I think like Colossal Carnage is another figure that like
I was gonna say
the only
yeah.
reason you're not playing that is if you don't have it.
right. If you don't want
Yeah.
to shell out the like $100 to $200 for the figure,
Yeah.
and then an additional potentially $100 for the legacy card, but for this online tournament, like for the IPF tournament that we're hosting, you don't have to have proof of figures. So
Just play whatever you want.
you
Whatever
could
you
play
want, bro.
30 Colossal Carnages with the
Ugh.
legacy card if you wanted to.
Wouldn't be
Could,
good.
and you should.
Wouldn't be
and
good.
then play a
I
small
mean,
map too.
And then you could potentially win one.
you could potentially win. Oh, it's across the.
And then you only need
ground.
29 more
Yeah.
to play that team in real
To play
life.
that team in real life. It's no 10 to go.
This is where you go back to the bank. We were talking
That's
about
right.
earlier. You go back to the bank. You say, "This wasn't a big enough loan."
I'm trying to think of some pun instead of 10 to go, like some sort of like car 30. Ultimate car 30. I don't know. But yeah, no, playing, I think, honestly, what do you, I guess that's, I don't know. The car 30 team. What do you think?
Oh yeah, like 30 carnages.
It's something we ask people at Worlds. What do you think the most played element will be for like the IPF tournament?
Oh.
Sakarian Iron Man.
Okay.
I don't know why you don't play
Is
him.
there an
it's-
object that gives precision strike? I don't think there
No,
is.
it's not. No.
Not in modern.
Nope.
No.
So like Carnage is like one of the only things
Yeah.
that blanket helps against super senses.
I would like to have the Blue Lantern ring sees a lot of play. I don't think it will, but
I think it might be
I mean,
Carnage.
it's still good, but
I think
I don't
Carnage
think
might
that
be-
beats it.
He might be on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
I do think Sakarian Iron Man's like if we were gonna do like the top 8, I think he's the most played figure.
Like
for
emo
sure.
mod definitely makes the most teams. Yeah,
Emo mod definitely
mod's
makes a
pretty
lot.
high.
I think World's Finest, the legacy piece too. I
Yeah.
think he's like insanely good. I think he's got like a high chance of being. You know, he could be on a winning build as well. That figure is so strong.
Yeah.
He is.
And like you play him with something like Mad Jim too, and so you can start him with the free belt, swap the belt out for something like Waldo Arms,
Yeah,
Emotional Modifier, Darkhold,
Sure.
you name it. Like you get the object for free, and then you just make him even better. Like Waldo Arms on him, getting a free attack with that figure on top of
Yeah.
another free attack from his trait, ridiculous for 60 points. So insane. But personally, I'm still, back when Worlds said the same thing. I'm still Team Destroyer. Team
Okay.
Destroyer all the way.
Okay.
I think Destroyer is too good.
I think their change to characters starting equipped made Destroyer
better.
more likely to be like. I mean, he was already pretty likely to like come in at some point, but now it's just instantaneous, like right off the bat. And there's never a bad situation for him to come in. No one was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have called my
No.
ID cards, Super Friends, the villain whatevers." Those always had situations where the opponent would be like, or the player that called him in would be like, I shouldn't have called him in there. Or I should have,
Yeah.
I couldn't boop him and Cyclops stayed on and you got an extra 50 points.
Worst case
That
scenario
never
is
happens
still
with Destroyer.
wasting an action.
Does that ever happen with, I've never KO'd a Destroyer.
No,
I've knocked one down a little bit.
I
but
have
I've
seen it
never
happen.
once destroyed one, or KO'd one, yeah.
Sky Tyrant Flurry.
okay,
I
sure.
saw one kill
Makes
it.
sense.
I don't remember how he was buffing his damage. I think he was carrying a Moloid.
After
Okay.
after resolutions, so he hits the first flurry, gets to resolve the second flurry before Destroyer moves off the board.
Yep. And he was
Yeah.
on click 3, so he did 4 twice, and then Destroyer died.
Yeah.
So it is possible.
Or late game if he comes in on click, he rolls a 6 and comes in on the worst flurry.
Yeah, that would suck.
But
Yeah, I think I mean they're both insane. I think Mad Jim's skill ceiling is just so much higher. So that's another
Oh.
reason to be averse to playing him.
that's another. I forgot about this. I should say. Sakarian Iron Man can't pick up light objects if you delete them because they're a subset of terrain. So if
True.
Mr. Fantastic just
Turn 1, get rid of everything.
yeah, that is a suicide mission for a
It
30
is.
point. He's 30
You
points
served
away.
us well, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
That is a nice shutdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks, Mr.
that's a figure
Slenderman.
that stock is going up. That Mr. Fantastic with the new terrain,
Yeah,
especially if your opponent's planning on throwing 3 2x2 blockings in front of you.
I would love to play
Mr.
Silver.
Fantastic, poof, it's gone.
See ya.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Play Silver with
a
Mr.
move action,
Fantastic, Infinity. The rest of the build doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but that's the main combo, and then have an opponent that places 20 squares of barrier, so I can just move
Nice.
across the map, sidestep, move 11, 4 range, all terrain that got placed is now gone. That would be fun.
It's a really fun idea.
I don't know if it worked, but
Bring Lockjaw afterwards and he can be saved.
We can
Man.
still save him. It's funnier when he just dies right away.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
honestly,
I like the suicide mission.
I like
you
suicide
mostly
mission
just
too.
have him carry something up that can do something afterwards.
Yeah. Like
But-
my boy St. Walker. Chainsaw.
Have Prime Batman take
Probably
a power
better,
action.
maybe take Prime
Have
Batman
Mr.
up
Fantastic
there.
carry
Smoke
Robin up.
clouds, everybody free.
Robin
there
then
you go.
free action, power
Nice.
actions, drops a chainsaw. That chainsaw then flurries.
You're right, that's way better.
You're
That's way
giving
better.
Robin a ring and not the ultimate nullifier?
Oh,
We're doing power action here, Simeon.
the ultimate coblifier.
We're doing
I'm sorry, Penguin. You pushed me to my edge. Robin, where did you get that?
Robin!
Robin, put that down. That's the bat nullifier.
Robin, you don't want to hit him with the ultimate nullifier.
It would be so awesome. It would be so cool.
to kill anyone. That was the old me, Batman.
You let me get beat by a crowbar.
And this joke will be on every Sunday live show going forward.
Yeah.
Forever.
Robin with the Ultimate Nullifier.
You
Dial H
guys-
for Hero Clicks 2023 t-shirts.
Swing
You guys,
lining. That
you
is-
guys choose who the.
that's a good
ultimate
idea.
That's a good
nullifier's
t-shirt.
going
That's a
on
good
next.
t-shirt. Carnage and Robin, both back-to-back Ultimate Nullifiers.
It's Batman running with a bomb, but it's Robin holding the ultimate nullifier shooting at Galactus. Like,
Yeah.
and Batman's just like,
Sometimes you don't
Robin,
know.
I know he's trying to eat the
Do it
planet, but
ultimate
please, we're not supposed to kill. Put down the weapon of ultimate destruction.
All right, guys. Well,
Goodness
it's
gracious.
about our time, so we're going to close things off with a question for the chat. And that is your least favorite figure to see across from you.
Cosmic Woo-woo.
What is the least favorite figure to see across from you in a game?
You sit down and play a game of Hero Clicks, you see your opponents running that, and you're like,
And
ugh,
you're just like,
I don't want to play this game anymore. It
why am
sucks.
I here?
Yeah, come on, bro.
What's the figure?
Why are you
for
playing
guys?
is it Oscar?
Personally, I hate Maggot. I hate seeing Maggot.
I
just
hate Mega too, bro.
I just hate dealing with them.
Ugh.
I mean, Maggot itself isn't bad. It's when it's on that animal theme with Peter Porker and
Bunch of
Chip
stuff.
and like everything. Because if Maggot doesn't have like a good taxi, then I'm not worried about him. He's not like walking up to me and doing a whole lot. But when he's like, especially before they changed High Evo and they had 6 theme probs,
Yeah, that was
plus
and 2
2
on dial
magics,
probs or 3
2
on dial
maggots.
probs.
Yeah. Yeah, that was playing against that team, even though it wasn't like the worst thing you could play against at that time, it still just sucked.
Dude, absolutely.
That was like the one reason I was glad Lord Doom was a thing.
Yeah.
Was like,
No, you don't get to make my standards.
keep your
Miles
E and
Kane
to
says
yourself.
multiple Saturnines. I haven't played
That
against
sounds
that yet,
miserable.
but it is like
I mean, does
that
that
sounds
is
so
that not just
terrible.
like a cheaper version of 3 triple like APOC?
yeah. It's
mean,
kind of similar.
It's like you can't kill them. Like you just
It's
can't.
like enjoy. You're going to miss.
Yeah.
Like screw you. You're gonna miss. And especially when it's in multiples, when you can't like that should be a
Yeah.
unique effect.
Yeah.
If it was unique, it'd totally be fine. Luke says Blackheart, which 100% agree with.
Yeah,
That's-
Blackheart does.
that
suck.
might actually be my answer as opposed to Maggot. I hate Blackheart. He just does too much. He does way
Blackheart
too
does
much.
a ton, but at 75 points, he technically is only 4 clicks long. Like he's got 2 stop clicks, but
Who
I mean,
spits out another 50 points in figures? Who rolls leadership to get more figures?
I
Who
mean-
can then KO to heal off those stop clicks to then do
Let me-
this, that, the other? He's
let me
not the
go
most
to my
broken figure
card.
in Modern, which is insane.
I'll get you a figure that instantly nerfs Blackheart. It's called Oscar.
It's called Robin with the ultimate nullifier.
Oscar
That's
with
right.
the remake. I mean, that does
Yeah.
just straight up KO him. But
The Black
We have
Bone.
too much stock in ultimate nullifier.
at PJ's event last year, I think it was last year, I
Yeah,
played
yeah.
Oscar with the remaker on her, and so she like moved up adjacent to Blackheart, and then like somehow survived. I think he hit her to click 3 or like her third like final click, whatever, because I was playing her at half dial. She like punched him to his first stop click, poisoned him, submission hold him,
Nice.
Oh,
and so he just dies. And there's like no masterminding because like he doesn't get it until those stop clicks. So it's just like yeah,
Put it in
make
put
your
it in a
stupid little
chokehold,
guys.
Give him a little nugget.
And if you time
no.
it right, he generates the like Hellfire Guard, and then you can like poison them too.
Oh.
That's
Die.
awesome. Bill says not a figure. I just hate tarot. I think we all agree with you.
That is a figure, actually. Actually, tarot is a figure,
Let us all
Mr.
push our glasses
William.
up.
Yeah.
But no, it's fair enough.
Yeah,
It's so
tarot
much
cards.
extra stuff you gotta
Doesn't
worry
feel
about.
like hero.
I just wish you could play all 78, and like there was an effect where you made like 5 piles, had your opponent choose one, and then you
Then
like
you take their palm.
you like for 5 minutes like you read their like thing, and then if they agreed with it, you would like
you have a
put
crit
those in your
miss
deck.
in your future.
And if they didn't agree with it, you had to do it with like one of the other 5 piles.
Gosh.
It's like the first 30 minutes is you dealing out cards to them.
That's what
That's
it needed to be.
HeroClix.
Yeah, that
That's
feels a
HeroClix.
lot more like Hero.
If only the person that designed it was fired. Huh?
Luke, Canada Luke says Chance McCall. It's not a figure, but we'll accept the answer.
Accept that answer.
Miles Kane says Demon in armor with 2 Saturnines is the worst. That sounds
Sure.
just like
Sounds pretty
unless you have
bad.
like 10 pulse waves, that sounds like ugh.
Can you do Demon in Armor? I mean, this would be silver, but can you do Demon in Armor with Harry Leland?
You could.
Yeah.
And
Because it's
Saturn.
only positively modified.
Leland's so lame.
Yeah, lame character, lame abilities.
Dumb.
Looks like Dr. Eggman.
I don't even remember like him in the. I remember him in the show. I don't remember him doing anything.
Doing anything? Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah,
like-
Jason Wingard said,
And,
like,
they're
it's
running
my
towards
house.
him. They're like
Yeah.
running towards
Hate
him. and
all
he's
y'all.
Like, hey. And
No,
they, like,
Jason
all,
Wingard
like, slow
actually
down.
did like make
Yeah, walking
illusions
like
and
this.
stuff and like freak people out.
They're like the X-Men are barging in. And he's like, hey, and
he,
they're
like,
like,
makes
oh
Jean
no.
hallucinate. He's,
Yeah,
like,
he like
dancing
actually
with
does mess with Gene a lot in the show.
Jason Wingard also appears in the. It's like a free audio. It's like a podcast, but it's like an audio book thing.
Oh, okay.
Of it's like Wolverine: The Longest Road. So he's like in the swamps of Louisiana, not with an L, with a W.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
I'm in Louisiana.
Gambit appears.
Wingard is what are we hitting the Gwitty right now?
So I don't think he went by Wingard. I think he went by what's his other
Mastermind?
name? Mastermind.
Mastermind. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like he has like this conclave out in like the swamps where he's like got this mutant refuge and he's got like everyone under his control to like be like a cult. And Wolverine's like, I don't like it.
This is dumb.
Bad Wingard. But
Then he punches him in the stomach.
there is Puppet
Yeah.
Master from Mutations and Monsters where he's in like all brown and he looks like he did in the animated show after
Oh.
his like, I don't remember what happens to him to make him like his, he looks different to everybody. Because Jason Wingard is like a trick on all of them.
Yeah. He doesn't look that
himself is an
cool.
illusion.
Yeah.
no, yeah, he's like
Like all that disappears is like his snapback. It's just
He doesn't have Tim's anymore. He's got like Reeboks and shit on.
yeah.
oh no, they see my Skechers. my scuffed
My
Skechers.
Skechers shape offs.
Oh gosh.
This isn't polo. Rip the logo.
Yeah, Jason
This wasn't
Wingard.
Air Jordan. This was
Huge.
Shaq the whole time.
Sir.
God. That is so funny.
These were Shaq brand shoes.
So the T-shirt is actually Jason Wingard with a
With
backward
a
snapback.
Yankees fitted
Yeah,
rim.
dude.
It's one of those holographic ones, so
You
it's,
turn, that
it's
would-
like fancy Wingard.
That shirt would be
and then
so
as you
expensive.
as you turn, he morphs into like
All his cool stuff disappears.
He's just like gets like glasses.
Oh, no.
Like the thick rim.
He's kinda-
like,
he's got, like,
Harry
poor
glasses.
posture.
These, like
He's, like,
huge
hunched
diamond
out.
stud earrings that just disappear. Well, guys, I think that is an
Oh,
excellent
that's
point
a
to
great
go
way to
off
end
on
it.
is
It's a great
how
way to
Jason
end it.
Wingard really
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah.
Just
So,
bad looking Jason Wingard.
any closing thoughts, closing statements, guys? I think the last thing we want to mention is don't forget to message us about the
If
potential.
you want to host an IPF tournament, we've got prizing for you in the form of Brainiac and Lex
Lex
Luthor.
Luthor.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you could do sealed with these. 2
Yeah.
each, build a 300-point team. Wild stuff. That happened again.
As far as we
That
know,
looking pretty long though. These are the last ones in existence.
well, I mean that too.
They could
but as
be.
far as we know, like these weren't released at Worlds. They might have been
Couldn't
released
buy
at
'em.
Nationals. But like, yeah, as far as we know, these might not be winnable in the future. This might be the last
This might be
60
your
in
last
existence.
chance to get any Brainiac Lex Luthors into the market. Into
I'm
the
not
field.
saying that as like a you have to get one, but like quite
I
literally, we don't know. Like that could be the case. And
have to
this
buy these.
this also is a case.
This
So,
is the case.
It's a case of them.
Yeah.
Maybe the last case.
Maybe
on Earth.
one of us messaged Alliance and they burned the rest of the cases at the warehouse.
Maybe
Who
one
knows?
of us burned the cases.
Maybe one of us burned down the warehouse.
Maybe this is all an illusion, and we're
Jason
all
Wingard illusion.
Wait, is that Brainiac Lex Wingard?
Oh,
we like open all of them, and they're the old Brainiac Lex Luthor duo from like Brave and the Bold or whatever, and
gosh.
just like trash.
Also, yeah, also.
yeah, they're just the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know. This very well could be one of the last opportunities to get a Brainiac Lex Luthor, though.
Could be.
It's possible.
I don't know, but inside these boxes, could be anything.
What?
Oh my gosh!
No way.
And we'll close at that. Have a good night.